There it is, Cloud's Rest. We're looking at it from Olmsted Point. We spent last night in Tuolumne Meadows Campground above 8,000 feet, so we're well acclimated. Now, lots of people do this as a day hike. We saw some people running it, but we're taking 2 nights and we want to have a full wilderness experience. So there's going to be a lot of scenes of just us out in the woods here. So you can use the links in the description below to skip ahead if you want. The views are going to be amazing, and you don't want to miss the Sunrise Lakes at the end either. Alright, let's get started. Okay folks, we got our wilderness permit, and as usual, I will of course restate, toilet paper must be packed out. And we lucked out. Look at this, we got parking right at the trailhead. Trailhead's right there. We are ready to go. Let's get on the trail. Well, the water has receded a bit. It's not 3 feet deep anymore, but it is fairly deep. We got lucky, the storm's cleared. Nothing but blue skies. And it's already warming up. That's pretty fun to cross. We're headed. And Roxana finally upgraded to a real pack. I might have to get the same one. It's really nice. This is, you might have seen their commercials for Outdoor Vitals. Only $100. Really nice. Really good construction. Excellent shoulder pads. And 60 liters. Yeah. We're pretty excited. It's not light. It's, you like it?
I like it.
Yeah, and it's 4.4 pounds, so it is, you know, twice as heavy as the 2-point-whatever pound Exos that cost $300, but it only cost $100. So, and another bonus of that Outdoor Vitals pack, Roxana has this little day pack that comes off of it. That's pretty nice. Well, the first 1.5 miles is going to be relatively flat, and we're walking along this creek in the forest. I believe that's our destination out there. We did not get far, and we've already got quite a good view here. We're going to go back down into the forest a bit. This is a real nice view out. Oh, so wonderful. We are just taking our time, going real slow and loving every minute of this forest. Look at that water just flowing down the rocks out there. Water everywhere this year. That's why we took our trip so late this year. We were all the way in August because we knew there was going to be too much snow and too much water everywhere. And we really timed it out right. It's a little easy creek crossing. We have begun the ascent up the switchback, and you can see it is a pretty rough trail. That's the way it is in Yosemite more often than not. So we are mostly focused on this very rough trail, but when we look out, oh boy. Quite the view. You can kind of get an idea of how steep it is there, and it's really only getting steeper in front of us. We've only seen a few other hikers, a couple day hikers, a couple backpackers, 3 young women on the John Muir Trail. That's always exciting to see. And one guy just came down, already made it all the way to the top and back. But really quiet out here. We really lucked out. The rangers referred to this as future Half Dome because it's so popular. And it's often really crowded with day hikers. And I know the backpacking permits are all filled in. But so far, we've been mostly by ourselves. We started out down in there. Looking pretty good. Getting near the top of the switchbacks. The fun part is we get to drop 300 feet as soon as we get to the top. But making our gains, and we're just loving it. Thrilled to report, not quite everybody is aware, but most of the hikers on this trail seem to be aware that uphill hikers have the right of way. Mostly because we're looking down and we have a momentum going that's harder to regain. And also the people coming down can see us better. But we've made it to the first junction, and we are well on our way here. Oh, this is fantastic. A little hard to read the rest part, but clouds rest 4.7 out of 7.5, so we made a pretty good gain already. Still a ways away. We've got this short downhill and then some relatively flat walking in the forest, but for now we're getting some pretty big views. Weather's perfect. 70s. Some clouds forming. With all the water and all the smoke from the fires, clouds form quickly in the mountains. We'll see what happens. A little aspen, I think. I don't know what those are, but different kind of trees over here. Oh, wow. Oh, spectacular. I think we just found our lunch spot. There's a little square right over there where Roxana is. There's a little square of logs. Perfect little lunch spot. Oh, wow. And we're most of the way there, too, so we'll be looking for a camp shortly. And Roxana's holding our gigantic Coyote water filter. I do love this thing. It's a little heavy, but you can just scoop water right up with it, and then all we do is put that in like that. And that's it. It flows pretty good. A lot easier than pumping, and it's a very good filter. Looking at these sawed-off logs, you can imagine how much work it is for the trail crews to clear this every spring. During the winter, lots and lots of trees fall down. Oh, we are just enjoying every minute of this. So the trail is way down there. We went way above and beyond the 100 feet. We're probably more like 1,000 feet away from the trail because we like to have a nice spot to ourselves. And look at this. We've got all of this. It looks like a few people have camped here before, but not in a long time. What do you think, Roxana? There's that one we could see earlier. Clouds do appear to be holding off well enough that we won't have any stormage tonight, so we'll see. The rest of today is going to be mostly, well, we'll go and get some water. We're going to go back half a mile to get water, and then that's about it. Yeah, look at that filter in there. It's a Coyote 6 liter. This time, getting our water out of this tiny little creek. Beautiful. Right alongside the trail. And our campsite is just 10 minutes that way. Can't see our tent, can you? just went up over the ridge. And that's, you know, better for everybody. It's about 5:15 and we're going to see how far up we can get. Well, there's a junction behind us and the sign said Clouds Rest is 2.5 miles. I don't know. We might not go all that today, but these signs are often a little inaccurate, so we'll see what happens. We'll see how bad it is. It's grueling, but we're doing it. There's a ridge over there where we'll get a pretty good view, and then the fires to our west are so bad right now, and with the wind blowing and the sun going down, I don't know what the views are going to be like, but it's looking pretty good, and we'll come back and do it again in the morning, so either way. Well, I think we just traversed this. Let's see already. These are pretty good, even if they are a bit smoky. Look at that, it just flattened out, and it's just right up ahead of us. I'm so excited. I'm more than a little excited to be this close. Been wanting to do this for a few years now. Can't even tell you how many videos I've watched. It's very quiet out here other than the occasional jet. And there is our first look at the top. It's not quite the top, but that's the open rocks. So there's Tenaya Lake. We started at the left end of that lake. Right. Oh, I can't point at it, I'm zoomed in. And we are almost to the top of Clouds Rest. Do you believe this view? Look at that edge. There is a lot of smoke from forest fires.
There's Olmsted Point, where the video started.
Pretty amazing view. So there, the trail keeps going and it goes down, and you could keep on going past Half Dome and into Yosemite Valley. And here we are. There's the top. We're going to get up there. It's actually a little marker for Clouds Rest Trail for the last couple hundred yards here. Isn't that hilarious? We're at about 9,900. It's just over 9,900 at the top.
I have vertigo, so I knew I wasn't going to make it to the top. But I wanted to see how far I could get, and I still had a good time.
Tell them how you're feeling, Roxana.
It's, maybe it would be better if I wasn't tired, but right now my vertigo is really bad. And it's just, when I look in that direction, that's when it's really bad.
You feel a little better sitting down and having your feet on something solid?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so that helped. We're going to let her rest here while we go up to the top. Most of it goes along this edge, and then we're going to hit these stairs and we're really going to be up there. I just stared at the rocks. Everything in my peripherals was really doing weird stuff. Wow. Sometimes people camp up here, but it's a long way to water, and it's also not legal because the mountaintop is not wide enough for you to get 100 feet away from the trail. If you can't get 100 feet away from the trail to make a campsite, then you're not in a legal spot. Not to mention you'll wake up with hundreds of people walking by you in this area. This last bit was plenty easy to walk on. There it is, we're looking down on Half Dome. Just barely see El Capitan out there. I've been to the top of that one. Really smoky. There's where a lot of the smoke's coming from. Hey, clouds. All the big ones moved away for us. Yep. I truly feel blessed on this trip, I'll tell you. Some of it was good planning. We did make sure we came late enough in the season that the waters would be low and the snow would be gone. But storms can happen anytime, really, in the summer. This is just spectacular. Alright, folks. We're going to head back to our camp for tonight, and tomorrow we'll come up and show you the view again in the daytime. Some different lighting. Be able to see the smoke just rising up and see that dark line as it gets blown across the valley. There's not a whole lot else to see out that way anyway, though. You know, it's kind of that's the ridge line, and all the really interesting stuff is out this way anyway. Just about sunset in the forest. Altogether about 10 miles, over 2,000 feet up, and over 1,000 feet of loss as well. It's been quite a day, and we're going to do some more tomorrow.
We'll see you in the morning, everyone.
So I'm standing at our tent, and our bear can is way over there. We do not mess around out here. We do all our cooking and cleaning and eating over there. There's actually a nice table-shaped rock even. And I just found out something nice. We don't have to go 10 minutes walking for water. There's water right down at the bottom of this. I should have investigated yesterday, but there, of course there is. I thought it was too steep and it would be a long way, but I went and took a look. It's 30 seconds that way. We're going to pick up some more water and head back up to Cloud's Rest. We'll show you what it looks like in the daytime now, in the earlier part of the day. Look at that nice little meadow over there. We're right below the tent. There's a creek right there. The tent's just up the hill over there. I'm going to go down and get some water. Next stop will be the top, but it is really smoky. The more and more smoke is blowing in, and I don't know how the lighting's going to work out. We'll see. The wind shifted, and look at that line of forest fire smoke now. Roxana got hit by vertigo at about the same spot again. She doesn't like edges very much, but she's a good sport. She definitely loved climbing up here.
At one point after I'd rested, I did try to climb up a little higher, but I didn't get too far, but I was able to see a lot.
Now, I've been using the little side trail for most of it. Some people have been going right straight up the middle the whole way, and this last bit, there's no avoiding the middle. Oh, it's crazy. Look at that drop. Yep, I'm going to put the camera away. Super smoky today. Quite a few people up here. With lots of people around, the chipmunks are numerous and aggressive. Please don't feed them. Most human food is bad for wildlife, but they still love it and will get more and more aggressive coming after it. To a chipmunk, your finger looks just like a peanut. So please keep wildlife wild and just shoo them away. The fire is somewhere in this area. The wind is shifted and it's starting to blow the smoke away. You can see some people on top of Half Dome. And that little white stripe is where the cable section, how they go up Half Dome. And down we go. about to drop back down into the forest. That's the last of the really big views. We're just going to go back to the campsite and spend the rest of our time here relaxing and hike out tomorrow. Pretty awesome. Finally did it. Clouds rest. You can see some people up there. Alright, clouds rest. Bye-bye for now. Our camp is up there, and we're gonna hike around in here and check out the creek. We really like to get a real wilderness experience. We like to be really out there. We're gonna see if we can see anything interesting out here. It's all interesting, really. So beautiful. Standing on a log. To give you a quick explanation, you can totally go off trail in Yosemite. Just be careful, try not to step on plants, don't go on meadows. And if you are on a trail, just try not to make that trail wider and do not shortcut switchbacks. But you're totally welcome to go and explore the wilderness here. With all these weird down and dead standing trees, it's easy to find our way out here. We won't get lost on this little excursion. And we're off. We're coming back down, and you can see where you can really minimize your impact by using stuff like little rivulets, and we're walking on this remnants of a downed tree. How long was that tree there for? The big views are hazy, but the forest is beautiful. Decided to take a side trip to the Sunrise Lakes, and we ran into a little snow. It's going to add about a mile, mile and a half if we go to 2 lakes, but wow, is this worth it? Wait till you see this. This is the second of 3. We're only going to go to these 2, but Sunrise Lake number 2. We're going to have our lunch here and then head out. One last fill up of water and we're going to get out of here. What a great trip.
Thanks for coming with us, everyone.